Japanese English learners are having much difficulties, especially in pronunciation. Now let's talk about some differences of the Japanese and the English pronunciation. And meron nag-suggest sa akin na magturo daw ako ng IPA, yung phonetics. So, I'll try. Okay? Hindi ako ganun kagaling sa pronunciation, pero tatry ko yan. So, para sa next video ko, yan naman yung gagawin natin topic about phonetics. Kasi, for example, syempre tayo minsan may mga words din talaga na hindi natin kayang ma-pronounce. And ako, ang ginagawa ko, pasimpleng nag-google ako niyan. And then, syempre, hindi mo naman pwedeng pakinggan yung sa pag-pronounce. Kaya, doon, natuto na lang, actually, dito lang sa ESL teaching, dito lang ako natuto talaga na magbasa ng phonetics. Yan. So, yun. So, kapag na-google mo, pag nakita mo na yung phonetics, kung marunong ka na talaga magbasa ng phonetics, much better. At least, kaya mo na ma-pronounce kay student yung new word na yun, na new word din sa'yo. So, yan guys, sa next time, I'll try talaga. Nagawa ako ng video about phonetics. Welcome back to my channel. My name is John. If this is your first time watching my video, please don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell button to get notified of my new content. So now let's talk about the differences of the Japanese and English pronunciation. Based on my experience teaching ESL to Japanese students, the English language is far different from the Japanese one. With pronunciation, Nihongo is almost monotonous. But with English, there would always be some intonation. Here are the common English pronunciation mistakes of my Japanese students based on my experience teaching them. So, of course, the R and L sounds. Pansin ko, even in other languages, parang sa R and L nagkakatalo. Like in Spanish, strong yung pag-pronounce ng R. They pronounce it by rolling and trilling the tip of the tongue against the roof of the mouth. R. Di ba parang ganun siya? Mahirap, kakaiba yung R ng Spanish. And also, Gaelic language, yung sa Scotland, kakaiba din yung pag-pronounce nila ng R. We are watching a Scottish TV series kasi on Netflix. And pansin ko, kakaiba din yung R ng Gaelic language. And French language, madidistinguish mo din yung pag-pronounce nila ng R. Iba din. With British and Australian, they hate R. So, hindi rin nila pinopronounce yun. Parang water please, bata, international. Ibang-iba siya sa American pronunciation din. So, going back to the Japanese pronunciation, hirap sila sa words with R and L, especially with a combination of both. Like, this word, plural. May L, nasa gitna siya, plural, na nahihirapan sila i-pronounce yan. Then, yung singular, plural. Yan, hirap sila. Then, ruler. Ang dami ba naman puro R and L, diba? Ruler. Yan, hirap na hirap sila dyan. And also, yung S na sound. Yan, I noticed like for the C, they would say sh. Parang ganun sila mag-pronounce niyan. And then, for example, let me see that. They would say, let me see that. She sells seashells from the seashore. Yan, seashells. Nahihirapan sila, seashells. Parang napapaganon sila. And also, I also noticed the cinema. They would say cinema. Hindi ko alam, ganun sila. Parang nilalagyan nila ng H, yung S sound. And accident. Napapaganon sila. Yan yung mga palagi kong pinapakinggan maigi kasi alam ko yan yung mga usual or typical na mali ng students. And para makokorek ko agad. And also with the words bought, they would always say boat. Naging boat, para na siya naging bangka na, naging boat. Ganon. Like, no, not boat, but bought. Bought, ganon, bought. And also yung mga almost similar na pronunciation, brought, thought, yan, na thought, thought, ganon. So, dapat i-correct natin sila dyan kasi nakakasanayan nila So, dapat marinig pa lang natin na mali, i-correct na natin sila. So, that bought, brought, thought, fought. Then, also, ano pa ba yung mga napansin ko? Daughter. Ayan, meron din isang teacher na nakapansin yan ang parang sinasabi ni student, doubter. Kasi nga may AU, so parang akala nila, kasi siguro parang nasanay sila in Nihongo na per syllable yung pag-pronounce nila, dau, parang gano'n, dauter, gano'n sila mag-pronounce kapag binasa nila in Nihongo. Kaya, namamali sila dyan ng pronounce, sabi nila doubter, parang gano'n. So, correct natin sila, it should be daughter. Then, also with the W or the H sound, so who. So, parang nasabi nila fu, parang ganon. They don't have the H sound in Japanese yata. Parang wala yata. And then what? Yan, fat. Parang fat. Yan. May isa akong estudyante niyan dati. Nahihirapan akong, papronounce sa kanya na maayos yan. Pero, okay naman kasi talagang willing siya na ma-learn. Talagang, parang turo mo pa sa akin, parang ganun siya. Na paano yung movement ng mouth? Tinatanong niya talaga. Then, also, the singing. Yan, yung NG sound, hirap silang i-pronounce yan. Nasasabi nila singing, parang ganun, singing. So, should be singing, singer, hanger. And also the longer. Yan, hirap din sila sa longer. They cannot pronounce the NG sound. Those are just some words or sounds that I noticed na mali yung pag-pronounce ng students. Kaya, kinokorek ko sila agad. And again, you have to correct them in a polite way. Okay? And huwag tayo mag-over yung pag-correct natin. Yung tama lang, mga twice or thrice, okay na yun. Then, well, it's up to the student. Merong mga student na gustong-gusto nila na kinokorek sila until ma-perfect nila talaga yung pag-pronounce sa word. And then, also, whenever I'm having lessons, I always use linking sounds or the liaison when reading or speaking, even with a beginner student. So, ganun na talaga ako, with a beginner student, ganun. Sinasamahan ko na ng linking sounds. Sinasanay ko na sila. Kasi, because in TOEIC, TOEIC, which is a very important test to them, by the way. So, puro linking sounds yun nandun kasi mga native speakers yung mapapakinggan nila sa TOEIC And, yan, palaging mistake ng students ko pag TOEIC lesson, they would listen to na the, or the linking sound differently kasi di pa sila sanay. Ganon. Kaya ako, I make sure na sinasanay ko na sila sa linking sounds kung paano ako magsalita. Parang native speaker na. Ganon na talaga. May liaison na. Then, like, ito, kung paano ako magsalita in English. Ngayon, pag sa mga videos ko, ganon na ako sa kanila makipag-usap in English. And that's my normal way of communicating with my students. Pag beginner, I would speak a bit slowly, but nandun pa rin yung accent and liaison. Yun, pinabagalan ko lang, pero nandun pa rin talaga. And I also correct my students when their reading sounds robotic. Kasi nga, like what I've mentioned, almost monotonous ang Nihongo. I would always tell them to try to take a deep breath before reading a long sentence or try to pause a bit per clause. Okay, so per clause, not per phrase. Kasi madalas ang ginagawa nila ganun per phrase silang nagbabasa, which may sound robotic kapag per phrase siya. Kasi parang 3 or 4 words lang siya, 2 to 4 words lang siya, nagpo-pause sila. Pangit pakinggan. Kaya I always tell them na kung mahaba yung sentence, mag-pause sila per phrase. Ganun. And lalo kapag sa pronunciation na lesson, the pronunciation textbook, ayan, natutuwa akong ituro yan Kasi, ayun nga, natututo yung estudyante talaga kung paano mag-pronounce ng words and magbasa in English ng mahaba. Meron akong estudyante, palagi siya nagbubuk sa akin noon for pronunciation. And kasi kailangan niya pumunta abroad. And nakakatuwa lang kasi makikita mo talaga yung dedication niya in learning the American pronunciation. And then, nung pumunta siya sa America for a business trip, ayun, nung pagbalik niya, thank you kasi nga, parang marami nga daw siya natuturan sa akin, sa fellow na teacher ko na kakilala ko, kay Teacher Fritz. Yan, natutuwa siya kasi hinelp daw namin talaga siya. And I also noticed na yung pronunciation niya talaga, malaki na din yung improvements ng pronunciation niya. Unlike before na talagang robotic siyang ganun. Yung after a couple of months, talagang gumanda na din yung pronunciation niya. If they cannot understand the word I'm saying because they're used to the Japanese English pronunciation, I would pronounce it the Japanese way. then I would tell them the correct pronunciation. So, like for example, ceremony. Parang ganun, di ba? Ceremony. Kahit tayong mga Filipinos, di ba? Ceremony. Flag ceremony. Ganun, di ba? Parang ganun. So, kino-correct ko na sila. Pag hindi nila pag sinabi ko, ceremony. Pag sinabi mo, oh, sorry teacher, could you repeat that? Pag gumano sila, ceremony. Ginaganon ko, oh, ceremony. Gagawin sila, yes, it should be ceremony. Ay, parang sila na pala yung nakaka-realize, so ceremony. Yes, ceremony. Ganon. So, pag talagang hindi nila magets yung sinasabi mo, na tama, alam mo, tama naman yung pag-pronounce mo, try nyo siyang i-pronounce in a Japanese way. Ganon, para magets nila. And then sabihin mo sa kanila na mali yung Japanese way of pronunciation na yon, ito ang tamang pronunciation. Ganon. Then, yan. Na-realize din nila yan na mali pala yung, parang all this time, mali pala yung pag-pronounce nila doon. Parang tayo mga Filipinos, di ba? Ang daming mga English words na mali talaga din yung pag-pronounce natin. And also, I would even move closer to the camera and show them the mouth movement in pronouncing correctly. You can watch Rachel's English. Yan, I learned a lot from her channel. Na-apply ko siya sa lessons ko. Talagang sasabihin mo kung sa ano yung, sa may lalagay yung tongue mo, kung dapat nasa taas, nasa baba, or yung ano mo, yung jaw mo, paano yung movement niya. Ganon ko na-explain sa student kapag talagang hirap na hirap sila. Lalo pag sa mga R, yun, sinasabi ko sa kanila kung paano dapat yung movement sa loob ng mouse. And ayun, nakakatawa. Dati hindi ganun ako talaga. Ang tagal namin. Parang buong lesson para lang dun sa R na sound. Pero nakakatawa kahit na halos buong lesson sa R na sound lang. At least at the end of the lesson, nagets niya na. And tuwang-tuwa na siya dun. Talagang as in, tuwang-tuwa na siya. And then nung bumalik siya the next day dun sa nag-lesson siya ulit sa akin. Ayun, na-pronounce niya na ng correctly yung R. So, siguro nag-practice din siya talaga siya nung nag-practice sa bahay. Kaya nakakatawa yung mga ganun eh. And also, it depends sa student. Merong students na gusto nila na talagang i-correct mo sila hanggang sa ma-perfect nila within that lesson. Meron din naman students na ayaw na magpapakorrect. Okay, so, yan. Always read the student's special request. Okay, so before conducting a lesson, basahin muna natin yung request ng student. Kasi meron mga students na, na ayaw talagang nagpapakorrect. And, ayun nga, I don't do the overcorrection, lalo pag new student. Pag hindi mo pa ganun kakilala yung student, wag mo i-overcorrect. Kasi, siguro mga twice na corrections during the lesson proper, and then another one during the review. Ganun lang. I don't want them to feel na masyado ko silang pinahirapan. Ganon. Then, I would smile. An encouraging smile. Okay? Not yung smile na parang pinagtatawanan ko sila sa mali nila, ha? Alam mo yun, mga ganun smile na parang pigil, natatawa ko. Wag ganon. Dapat yung smile na encouraging smile. And we need to have different approach with different students. Kasi iba-ibang level yan eh. And iba-ibang learning capabilities. Your way of teaching with your permanent student might not be effective with your new one. So we need to learn to read our students' behavior. Yan, like ko siyang sinasabi, di ba, kailangan marunong tayo magbasa ng estudyante natin. Kasi in that way, malalaman natin kung paano dapat yung magiging approach natin dun sa lesson. So, yun lang guys, yung sa pronunciation. Ito, favorite ko to eh. Favorite ko siyang ituro. Well, hindi ako ganun ka-perfect mag-pronounce, alam ko. Pero nakakatawa lang siya ituro. Kasi, kasi alam ko na hirap dito ang mga Japanese English learners. Pero kapag once na makita mo na improvement nila, nakakatuwa talaga. So, yun lang guys. So, thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments, questions, and suggestions, just leave them below. And please don't forget to subscribe. And also, you can send me a personal message on my Facebook Messenger at John, JEANNE.Rivero1. So, yun, John.Rivero1. Thank you so much guys. Bye!